So, hey guys, it's been a year since I quit my job as an engineer, packed my bag and moved on a one-way ticket to Latin America to pursue my passions in filmmaking, photography and starting my own business. But before I got to this point, and when I was still working 12 to 14 hours as a civil engineer, I realized more and more that the path I was on was actually my worst nightmare. I was burned out and miserable, both mentally and physically speaking. That's why I knew that I had to change my life drastically and fast, or I would continue down a path I was 100% sure I would regret for the rest of my life. So I packed up my life into 30 kilograms of baggage, said bye to everyone and just took off. And here's what happened. As a kid, I was handed this clear blueprint for success. You know, get good grades, earn your bachelor's and your master's degree, land a well-paying job at a reputable company. And this blueprint was supposed to lead you to a comfortable life, you know, complete with a dream home, car, vacations, and everything else that signifies success. And I stuck to it like glue. I graduated high school, I went to university, I earned both my bachelor's and master's degree. Along the way, I gained valuable experiences in companies, in great companies, and I even had the opportunity to work abroad twice. When I graduated, I started working as a civil engineer, and I navigated my career before, during, and after the Corona era. But something went seriously off the track around spring of last year at my previous company. I was doing my second project with that company and I just hit a wall. I just couldn't anymore. The burnout that I have experienced was the worst that I've ever gone through. My life was a nightmare. I was essentially living in my car, commuting to and from construction sites. And the worst part was I was witnessing really shady and weird things. And other than that, my phone was ringing at odd hours when I was at home and not working. And I was receiving emails after emails off work and I had to reply to them when I was at home. I just couldn't anymore. It was just way too much. The things I once did effortlessly took me far too long and I started missing meetings. It's because I wasn't getting enough sleep. And when I was sleeping, my sleep was riddled with teeth grinding and sleep talking and sweating profusely. I wasn't getting any rest. And this is when I realized that it wasn't the role of being an engineer, it was the toxic environment my previous company had created. And so this was my natural reaction to it. And after leaving my ex-employer, I even had to drag them to court, you know, for their misbehavior. And fortunately, the court ruled in my favor. But since they never followed through the court's order, we had to take additional legal steps. Yeah, what can I say? My lawyer is currently working on that and thus I cannot disclose anymore. This breaking point forced me to reassess everything, and with my back against the wall, I had no time to waste, and I didn't. I packed up my things and I was on a one-way trip to Latin America. Believe me, I went out with a bang and a bag. I lawyered up quickly and I received a sweet severance package as a cherry on top. And on that note, let me do a quick shout out to my lawyer. Hey, lawyer guy, thank you for the business and it was a pleasure doing transatlantic business while I was in the Caribbean. But here's the thing, none of this would have been possible without the savings I had built up. It doesn't matter how secure your job is, change is inevitable. Life has its way of throwing challenges at you that forces you to rethink everything. My decision to quit wasn't easy, it was a necessity. I was going down a path that was leading me to a place that I didn't want it to be at. But I had the financial freedom to quit my job. because I had saved up for times like this. This lesson was drilled into me at a young age by my father, who always told me to save up my money and cut all unnecessary financial ties. This advice never left me. It's what gave me the courage and security to make such a drastic change. And with my financial safety net in place, I was able to turn my attention to something even more important, which would be my health. The toll that stress and exhaustion had taken on me was staggering. I knew I needed to work on both my mental and physical well-being, so I took the time to figure things out. I started reading more, diving into self-development, and even hired a personal trainer. And within a month, the improvements were undeniable. I was sleeping better, eating fresh, and taking joy in the most simple things again. And looking back at my life before the breaking point and comparing it to my life after the first month of living in Latin America, the difference were night and day. And this is a powerful reminder that health truly comes before wealth. This leads me to my next realization: time over money. One of the biggest lessons I've learned over the past year is that time is infinitely more valuable than money. Sure, I was making good money in my previous occupation, but what's the point in making good money if you don't have energy or time to spend it? I was working 12 to 14 hours a day with nothing left to myself. And I realized while I always could make more money, I could never get back the time that I was losing. And so I chose time. Time to explore life, to connect to people, and most importantly, to truly live. And finally, stepping out and stretching out your comfort zone is essential for growth. Of course, I was full of doubts before and for some time during my escape plan. But day by day, the decision felt more and more right. The improvements of my health and happiness were the receipts. Life has a strange way of nudging you into the right directions. And sometimes it takes a breakdown to have a breakthrough. Making that leap to Latin America for several months was the best decision in my life, without a doubt. And if you find yourself in a similar situation, always remember that your health, your time, and the stepping out of your comfort zones are worth more than any paycheck. Hey guys, thank you for watching and for supporting this channel. This video is really special to me because I had the chance to reflect and share my personal experiences with you. But now I'm curious, have you ever left the conventional path and discovered your own way? Let me know, hit me up in the comment section, and peace.